Hi, this is Oddball1975 and welcome to Elite Dangerous on the Xbox, and this is something I do when I'm watching telly or watching a movie. I come down to a Bromulite hotspot and I mine. I mine for Bromulite, which I then use to stack up wing missions. Completing off the Bromulite wing missions normally encourages a few non-Bromulite ones, like for gold and silver and that to spawn, and then I mass complete those missions off. It makes a lot of money for the guys. In fact, this run I did 20 missions and it made, I think, 2 billion across the wing, like a little over 2 billion across the wing. It was between 500 and 600 million credits each, and a decent amount of materials. In fact, a very decent amount of materials. And that's one of the main reasons to do these wing missions, is to max out certain materials and then use them to trade round, then max them out again and trade them round. Money and mats is good for this. What I do is I go to a material trader and trade up all my grade 1 mats and most of my grade 2 mats before going mining, and then refill them from the trips mining. That's something I do. It maxes out my arcs really quickly because any material trading counts for arcs, and it also it's so easy to fill up with those raw materials when you're mining. You know, 1 or 2 high asteroids, and suddenly you're just rolling in carbon again. So yeah, it's really quick and really simple method. You know, as you can see here, I grabbed an absolute load of missions I already completed off, and then I got 3 more for Bromulite spawn, so I was like, I'll go and get some more. And it's something I can do while watching telly, listening to a podcast, doing other things. And you know, if certain people in the house need my help with cockerels, or like changing cockerels over, feeding cockerels, changing, you know, certain times of the day we have to put some away, get others out for exercise, and any of that sort of stuff, I can just put my controller down, walk away, go do that, because no one's going to find me in a random asteroid field in a random system just mining. Even though I am in open, it doesn't really effectively realistically matter, because no one's going to find me where I am. I'm actually, the spot I use for mining, I have advertised before. It's a long way away from the star, and so it's only really a good spot if you have a carrier. I call it my bit of everything mining area, because there's an absolute plethora of hotspots for various things. It's a really good place to come to do some core mining, but I find it really useful for the Bromulite mining. There isn't any overlaps or anything like that, just 2 straight Bromulite hotspots, but they're in pristine rings, and it works perfectly for just getting lots of Bromulite very, very quickly. I don't mine in the most time efficient way. I'm not particularly worried about like having more limpets than I've got. I only have 5 collector limpets, and some people think that's nuts. But the thing about the Type 9 is you can really wedge yourself right next to the asteroid to cut down that limpet travel time. So I find that helps a lot, and it also means I have more cargo space. So, you know, I'm quite happy stacking up these missions, and then you get in a wing with your friends and you share them out. That's basically the idea. It's a very simple way of making lots of money, and like I said, it works really, really well. I'm currently helping a couple of the Dharma Orders get closer towards getting their fleet carriers, and you know, any wing missions that I share with them is really, really useful. One of the guys, I actually gave 1.2 billion in bounties that I'd earned through Jabba's Palace to him recently to help him get towards his fleet carrier. If you're wondering what that noise is, that's Robin, a cockerel, trying to eat cat food out of a cat bowl. Yep. I don't know if Mike will pick up that crowing or not. I'm recording some videos this week in the middle of the day rather than like late in the evening when it's quiet, so there might be more noise in the background than you're used to in recent times on my videos. A bit more harking back to the old days in the old house when I was doing it in the midst of like all the chickens walking around and just all staring at me in the front room. Here in the new house we have more space, so the cockerels' houses are in a sort of more soundproof area, so I've only got to deal with the 2 or 3 that are out having exercise at any one time when I'm recording. But yeah, Robin does like pecking empty bottles just to sort of let me know they're empty and demand a bit more food. I might cook him up some rice in a minute. He really likes rice. But anyway, yeah, this is just something I do. It's really good for materials. It's really good for making money for other people. It's not, the most time efficient way to make money in Elite Dangerous these days. But if you get a whole wing of you just doing the mining missions that aren't for stuff that you mine, that's probably the most efficient way. As long as you get loads of you all sharing them in a mass orgy of sharing missions, that's how you make billions incredibly quickly. You get 4 people with 20 missions stacked up, all sharing them amongst each other. It's ridiculous sums of money very, very quickly. But finding that many people dedicated to doing 20 wing missions on their own is tough. It's something that only a few of us tend to do on a regular basis, to be honest. It's not something that a lot of people find enjoyable, but like I say, I love it because I can do it while doing other things, especially watching movies, listening to podcasts, and generally looking after my cockerels. Anyway, that's all for this video. Thank you very much for watching. Let me know what you do to, while you're playing Elite, other than playing Elite. I'd love to know in the comments down below. And that's all. Thank you very much for watching.